fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mariota on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On third down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A little juke. Fights through and now a crease. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Raiders will take over now first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. Bravo, 30 base. 5.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. first and 10. Here's Mariota. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. At the 1-yard line. So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for second and long. End zone. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it first and goal here from the 2-yard line. First down and goal at the 2-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1.
Hey, team 6. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun to give to Mixon. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Rolling to it, and it's a fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Mariota. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Second and 6. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he will be out of bounds on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He finds his running back, Mixon. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? 50 the mark, 50 the mark. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action now. Mariota nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Markel Lee came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Let's go now. 10-2 start. Check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone plunk it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. After the field goal, now it's Bullock to kick it away. And they will not get a chance. To return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. One.
From the gun, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Markel Lee able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Third and long here for Mariota. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check nickel. 25. 3.
Off the play fake, Mariota. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Check 55. Mike. I got you. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Where are they, team?
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
50 seconds to Mike. Let's go ahead.
They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. On the ground, Richard. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
51, Mike 51.
They'll look to throw here. They'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
3. Fully high. Here we go. 24 is the mic. Come on, baby.
Now Mariota. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pick it up. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He's got his man, Boyd. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Bengals 44-yard
line. Go! 90 Wolf!
Here we go.
Hey, Charlie!
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Buying time to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Richard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They go with Chubb on second down. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back now on EA Sports, and let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A quick throw now complete to Ross. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense.
Don't worry about that.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Raiders, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,